Today's topic is addition of vectors. Addition of vectors. So what is addition of vectors? Let's see. Now vectors, you can see, so vector addition is not like algebra, like addition of scalar products, scalar ones. There is 1 plus 1 or 2 plus 3, no. Because in vector addition, what you need to take in account? You need to take in account the direction as well as magnitude, right? So there are some special laws to do it. So what are addition of vectors? The vectors can be added by either by laws and by components. So you can add vectors by laws or by components. So let us go by laws. How to do these laws? Clear? So you can add vectors either by through some predefined laws or by through components. So let's see them how to do it. The first law which you should know to add vector is called the triangle law of vector addition. Triangle law of vector addition. Triangle law of vector. Now what does it state? If two vectors, consider these are two vectors. If two vectors, according to triangle law of vector addition, according to triangle law of vector addition, if two vectors P and Q or A and B are represented along the two sides of a triangle taken in order, then the third side or the closing side or the closing side gives the direction of gives the direction and magnitude of the resultant vector taken in opposite order. What is this? Let's say I give you two, just any kind of vectors I give you. Let's say this is a P vector, this is a Q vector. What you have to do with these two vectors, you need to form a triangle. Okay? With these two vectors, you need to form a triangle. And how will you form it? Don't change the direction. Imagine these are two sticks. You can hold these two sticks in your hand and try to form a triangle. Then can I form one triangle like this? This is the P. You see, I am not changing the direction of P, exactly like P. Then can I form Q? Right? So you see, taken in order. Two vectors P and Q represent along the two sides of a triangle. Yeah, this is the two sides of a triangle. So I am taken in order. How can you say in order? You see, the arrow direction is going as it is. No change in arrow direction. Correct? The next arrow direction, if I have to draw the third side, the arrow direction should be from which way? Like this we are going, no? So the arrow direction should be like this. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
But no.
Yes, sir.
No. We should not do that. Then the third side or the closing side give the direction and magnitude of the resultant vector taken in opposite order. So what will be the opposite order? The opposite order will be like this, right? Taken in opposite order. Then this is called P vector plus Q vector, which is the resultant vector. Understand? So resultant vector is this: when two vectors interact, they give you something back. that something, what you see the end effect, is called the resultant vector. So this is how it is called triangle law of vector. I'll give an example of another one. I'll give you two more vectors. This is P vector, this is Q vector. Can you form can you form a triangle with these two vectors? Yes, we can. How can we form it? Take the P, don't change its direction. Take Q. Then what is the opposite direction? This is R vector, or P vector plus Q vector. Right?
Yes, sir.
Then again, this may also happen. Let's say I give you this. Find, let me give you a question. Draw the resultant vector R equals to P vector minus Q vector. You see, it's P minus Q. How will you draw? Very simple. How to draw vectors? So P vector minus Q vector, you need to do like this. So P vector, let's say they have asked you to draw it. So giving direction is now up to you to do it. So how can you do? This is the P vector. Right? Now,
Yes, sir.
let's say this is the Q vector I have chosen. So if this is Q vector, what will be minus Q? Which one will be minus Q? Minus Q will be which one? This side is the minus Q, no? Remember opposite vector I taught you?
Yes, sir.
So that means
Yes,
the
sir.
vector should be, this is the minus Q vector. So what is P minus Q then? Right?
Yes, sir.
This is subtraction of vector. This is how you subtract two vectors. Okay? We will see that. So this is triangle law of vector addition. Nothing much to know in this, because the most important one is the parallelogram law of vector addition. Okay? This law is generally, most of the time, this triangle law of vector addition mostly is used to do a rough diagram, to do diagrams, mostly to draw pictures of vectors and get a sense. Most of the time you are going to use parallelogram law of vector addition only for two forces. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So let's see. So is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
I'll give you one example for you to try out, so that if you understood. I'm giving you two vectors. Draw P vector and Q vector. Find R vector and R vector. This is P, this is Q. Show me a screenshot on WhatsApp.
Sir, it's not minus.
No, not minus. So in this case, you just find R vector. Share me in WhatsApp.
Okay, sir.
Have you sent?
Yes, sir.
Let me see. So how did I give you? This is P, this is Q. Very good. You have done it. This is P vector, this is Q vector, this is R vector. Done. You write that R equals to, in between, don't write that, there you write R equals to this. There also you can write R equals to P plus Q, but better to write, give the vector sign in the top, vector sign in the head. You see how I am giving the vector sign? Put like that. So you should do like this.
Okay, sir.
This one, head to tail, and then again,
Yes, sir.
this is our R vector, which is nothing but what? P vector plus Q vector. Clear?
Yes, sir.
May I clean it?
Yes, sir.
Let us come to next question. That next law, this is second law we can. That was the first law. Next one would be parallelogram law of vector addition. Parallelogram law of vector addition. What does this says? I'm going to write parallelogram like this. In a parallelogram law of vector addition, if two vectors, say P and Q, are represented in direction and magnitude along the adjacent sides of a parallelogram taken in order, then the diagonal gives the direction and magnitude. The diagonal of the parallelogram, please, the diagonal of the parallelogram gives the direction and magnitude and magnitude of resultant. Then the diagonal of the parallelogram gives the direction and magnitude of the resultant. Okay, according to parallelogram law of vector addition, if two vectors say P and Q are represented in direction and magnitude along the adjacent sides of the parallelogram taken in order, then the diagonal of the parallelogram gives the direction and magnitude of the resultant. Okay, so I'll show you how we can find it. So let's say this is one vector P, this is another vector Q. So with this, we'll try to form the parallelogram. R vector, this is P, this is Q, and let's say they are acting at a certain angle, alpha. This is theta. What is theta? Theta is the direction of the resultant from P. Then we can write, you see, let me name this O, A, B, C, and this is D. So if this is alpha, means how much? This is alpha. Clear? Now what you can do, so let the two vectors be represented along the two sides of the parallelogram. Also, let alpha be the angle between the vectors and theta the direction of the resultant with respect to which vector? You can see P. Okay, then look at the triangle and tell me, from triangle OAD, can I write OB square is equal to OD square plus BD square? So ODB square is equal to how much? R square. And what is OD? OD will be written as OA plus AD whole square. plus BD square will be how much? Let us keep the BD square for now. Right? This is our which law? Using which law? Using Pythagoras theorem.
Yes, sir.
Right? So now look at this triangle now. From triangle ABD, can I write like this? Look at this. Cos alpha would be how much? Base by hypotenuse. So base is AD, hypotenuse is, you can see if this is Q, how much is this? This is also Q, this is P, this is also P, because it's a parallelogram. So cos alpha would be how much? Base by hypotenuse, base is how much? AD by Q, or AD will be how much? Q cos alpha. And what do you think will be sin alpha equals to? Sin alpha I can write as perpendicular by hypotenuse. Perpendicular is this, that is BD by Q. So BD will be how much? Q sin alpha. Then can I write, so cos alpha equal to AD by how much is the cos alpha? Okay, so we can write AD equals to Q cos alpha. I'll write this here once again. So cos alpha equals to AD by Q, which is implies AD equals to Q cos alpha, and sin alpha would be equals to BD by P, BD by Q, which implies BD equals to Q sin alpha. Am I right? Did you understand this step? Did you understand this step?
Yes, sir.
So now can I plug these values here? You can see AD is there, BD is there. Sorry. So now continuing. So you can write, so then can I write R square equals to, let me break this, OA square plus AD square plus 2 OA into AD plus BD square. So what did we do here? We just break this A plus B whole square formula. Okay? So what is AD OA now? Look at the triangle and tell me. Look at the parallelogram. OA is what? P vector. OA is P vector, right? And OC is, wait, we'll see that. So OA vector is P square. What is AD? Q cos alpha. So Q square cos square alpha plus 2 OA is how much? OA will be P. AD will be how much? Tell me. AD is what? Q cos alpha. Yes, Q cos alpha. What is BD? Q sin alpha. So this would be Q square sin square alpha. Can I write like this way?
Yes, sir.
Now can I take this one and this one common? So P square plus Q square. This should be what? Cos square alpha plus sin square alpha. And what is this equal to? Do you have maths?
Yes, sir.
So cos square alpha, cos square theta plus sin square theta equals to how much? Do you know?
1.
Yeah, so this will be what? 1 or not?
1.
So P
Yes,
square
sir.
plus Q square plus 2PQ cos of alpha. This is your R square. This is the resultant. Right?
Yes, sir.
Or we can write, this is the magnitude. Right here, this is the magnitude of the resultant. What about the direction? This is the magnitude of the resultant. What about the resultant? Direction. To find direction, what are you going to do? To remember theta give me the direction. To find the direction, what are you going to do? We're going to write tan theta would be equal to how much? Where is tan theta? Tan theta would be perpendicular by hypotenuse. So perpendicular is how much? BD. Perpendicular by base. What I'm saying? Perpendicular by base. BD by OD. I'm writing here. So tan theta would be equal to perpendicular BD by base or OD. So I can write this as what? BD by, so I'll write there BD by OD, or it should be what? BD by OA plus AD. So BD will be how much? So BD is Q sine alpha. Q sine alpha. And what is OA? Check the OA. OA is what? P
Vector.
vector plus Q cos alpha. So this is our direction. How will you remember this expression? How will you remember this? You will be needing this again and again. How will you remember this? Look, tan theta would be sine by cos, no? Tan is what? Sine by cos. Here is also sine by cos only. Here is also sine by cos only. So this is what? Q sine alpha by Q cos alpha. But only this is it. Remember, the second vector is always there, and just add P with it. Okay? That's it. So it is sine by cos only. Right? Let us see how it is going to help you. I'll give you an example. May I clean it?
Sir, the below one I did not check.
Okay, copy it. Just a minute, I'm coming, huh? Copy it.
Even
Okay, done?
yes, sir.
So let us take an example to do it.
Okay.
To understand it. If I give you two forces, let's say you must have seen this. This is a thread. This is P vector, this is Q vector, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
these two vectors are acting an angle of 60 degree. Okay?
Yes, sir.
This is 5 Newton. This is 4 Newton. Find the this is, you must have seen this situation, that this is a thread, okay, from where this weight is hanging. Clear?
Yes, sir.
And we need to know what is the weight of this object. Weight is a force, I told you earlier, right?
Yes, sir.
So that means if this body is not falling on the ground, that means what? There is some kind of resultant force, no? Which is here,
Yes, sir.
which is balancing this point. Is it or not? That's why it is not falling. Let us find out the weight. So if I ask you, find the weight of the box, weight of the object, find the weight of the object. How will you do? So let us see. P is given as how much to me? 5 Newton. Q is given as how much? 4 Newton.
Newton.
So that means using parallelogram law, what can I write? R square would be equals to 5 square plus 4 square plus 2 into 5 into 4 into how much is the angle?
60.
Cos 60. So 5 square is how much? 25, 16, and then how much? You have the 20. 20 plus 2 is how much? 20 plus 2. Okay, let it be there. 5 into 4 into cos 60 is how much? Any idea? Do you know cos 60 is how much? Half. Cos 60 is half. Okay. So 2 get cancelled. So I get here 20. So 25 plus 16 plus 5 4s are 20. So how much is it now? So that means 25. Just add them. So 5 plus 6. 5, 10, 11, 1, 1, 4, 5, 6. 61. 61 r square. Okay. I think I'm right. Yeah. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 661. So what is the nearest root to 61? Because I need to find r equals to root 61. What is the nearest root? Can you tell me? Nearest root is 6 is a 36, 7 is a 49, 8 is a 64. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So 61 top root is above 61 is 64. Below 61 would be how much? 8 is a 6 is 49. So this number 61 will very close to 64, no? So it would be somewhat close to 7.8 or 7.9, like that, very close to 8, right? So the resultant is how much? 7.8 Newton. Okay, 7.8 Newton. So what? So that means if this weight is not hanging, what can I say? R must be equals to mg.
Yes, sir.
So that means what is the weight of the object? Weight of the object is how much? 7.8 Newton. So what is the mass then? So we can write 7.8 into mass into g. Now what is g? Let's say g is equal to 10. Right? So m into 10. So that gives me around mass is equal to 0.78 kg, or this is very hard to understand. We can write this as 1 kg is equal to how much gram? 1000 gram into 1000, 100, that gives me how much? 780 gram. So weight of the object is 780 gram. You see how we can easily find it out? Right or not?
Yes, sir.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
May I clean it?
Yes, sir.
You try this question. Find the direction and magnitude of 10 Newton and 5 Newton force acting at an angle of 120 degree. Do it. Do you know what is cos 120 degree? How much? Cos 120 is cos of 1 into 90 plus 30. So that I will teach you these maths later. So first 90 and then plus. So this is 30. So here 1 is odd. So 1 will change to, so cos will change to sine. So it becomes sine 30. And here cos is negative. So it's minus. Minus sine 30 is minus half. So this is going to be minus half. Cos 120 is minus half. And sine 120 will be how much? Same way. Sine of 1 into 90 plus 30. So cosine changes to cos 30. And here is sine positive. So cos 30 degree is root 3 by 2. So this is plus root 3 by 2. You will need these two. Try. Use this r equals to p square plus q square plus 2pq cos of alpha. Do it. Alpha is given as 120. Find it. This is what is given to you. 10 Newton 5 Newton. Try.
Sir,
Yeah.
so I got R equal to root 303.1.
R equals to
303.1.
303.1. Let's see.
1.
So R would be equals to, R square would be equal to 10 square plus 5 square plus 2 into 10 into 5 into cos of how much? 120, right? Remember it's minus, so 100 plus 25 plus 2 into 5 to the 10, 100. 100 into minus half, so that gives me 50. So 125 minus 50. 125 minus 50 is how much? 5. That gives me 75. Clear? So R is equals to,
Yeah.
R is equal to 75. So root
So
75.
I took cos root 3 by 2.
No, cos 120 degrees half. Na, I taught you.
Yes, sir. Now we have to find the direction.
You have to find the direction. Find the direction, use that tan theta one.
Yes, sir.
Done.
So I got root 3 by minus 20.
Root 3 by minus 20. Q is how much? Q is 5. 5 sine 120 divided by P, 10 plus 5 cos 120. That gives me how much? Sine 120 is root 3 by 2. 5 root 3 by 2 divided by 10 plus 5 into minus half. 2 get cancelled. 2 get cancelled. So this is 5 root 3. Then this is how much? 5 by 2 is how much? 2.5. So 10 minus 2.5. How much is it? So that gives me 7.5. So 5 root 3 by 7.5. So tan theta will be equal to 5 root 3 by 7.5. Or what you can do, 7.5. Keep it 7.5. So I will teach you later how to find all this. So something like this, roughly. Okay? So this is the answer.
Yes, sir.
Done?
Yes, sir.
I will send